Hoggie's beer reviews. Hoggie's beer reviews.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another one of Hoggie's beer reviews. Now, what we're drinking today isn't exactly craft beer, but I wouldn't call it swill or foul beer either. This is kind of an under-the-radar commercial German brew. Many of you may recognize it already. If not, take a closer look. This is Warsteiner, or I'm going to guess the proper pronunciation is actually Warsteiner, but I'm not German and I'm just guessing, so what the hell. Warsteiner, and I'm going to just keep calling it Warsteiner because that's what I called it for years, but Warsteiner is kind of an under-the-radar German beer. It's widely available in the States, but of course it's not as known or as popular as the other Euro lagers, you know, the Becks and the Heinekens and the St. Pauli girls and the Lower Brows and all that. But Warsteiner's been there, and I actually got put onto this beer many years before I ever got into craft beer. I was in my very early 20s, I was working at a restaurant, I was going to a Fridays across the mall for happy hour before shifts, during shifts, and after shifts. You know how that goes. And my buddy Nick, the bartender there, cool guy, never found out what happened to him. What's up, Nick, if you're watching, bastard. You know, I think one of those first, one of the early days I was at the bar there, you know, we're talking, I order a Heineken, he goes, hold on, you ever had one of these? And he popped out a Warsteiner, whatever. And I liked it. It surprised me. And from then on, I actually, you know, started buying it every so often. There's the regular Warsteiner and the Dunkel, which is a dark lager. They're both, at least in my area, commonly available in most supermarkets. So it was one of those things I picked up every once in a while. But when I got into craft beer, I really stopped drinking it. Didn't see the purpose of it. But it's been requested, and I've always been wanting to actually review it, you know, for you guys. So here we are. Warsteiner. And I guess they're having a contest and enter to win a trip to Germany or something, so the packaging and the cap are a little different. Ignore that. Take a look at the label. That's what it looks like. This is Warsteiner. Eine Königin unter den Bieren. I have no idea what that means. This is Warsteiner Premium Verum. Beer. Alcohol 4.8% by volume. German lager. So, now that the stories are over with, let's punch it up. See what the interwebs say about Warsteiner. Rate Beer is already open, so I'll go there first. Rate Beer, out of 1,624 total reviews, it scores a 24 overall. Categorized as a classic German Pilsner. Okay. Jumping over to Beer Advocate. Warsteiner Premium Verum. Out of 738 reviews, it scores 78. Once again, categorized as a German Pilsner. So that's that, just to give you an idea of what people are saying. We have a Pilsner glass from the Tequesta Brewing Company in Tequesta, Florida. I've actually seen their beers start to make the rounds at some of the local taps, so I'll finally be trying some of Tequesta's beers. Tequesta is about a 3-hour drive to the north of me, so I haven't been able to venture up there. But anyways, let's get right to the Warsteiner. And I'm going to have to save one of these caps. Warsteiner, enjoy and win. A chance to win with every code? Yeah, I'll dig into that later. Anyways, promotion ends July 24th. Never mind, it's over. Oh well. Let's just pop it open. See what's up with Warsteiner. I haven't had one of these in at least 5 years, probably more. Now I do remember that it was kind of a plain lager, but I considered it plain back when I was drinking, you know, Becks and Heineken. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this now. Ooh, is this Warsteiner or is this Old Milwaukee? I mean, I definitely think it's better quality than Old Milwaukee, but it is a light, super light, pale straw yellow color, and it is crystal clear. I can see myself in the camera through the beer. Nice, thick, dense, frothy head there. It's not pop fizzy, so it's definitely not Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee will never get you a head like that, and if it does, it won't last more than 30 seconds. This will stick around. But, see if you guys can get a shot. A lot of active carbonation in there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, light straw color, active carbonation, soapy, white. That head is very white. Like, you know, copy paper white. Hints of lemongrass behind a little bit of kind of like a cardboardy kind of generic lager smell. Yeah, definitely nothing to write home about in the nose here. Hints of almost like a biscuit cookie kind of sweet malt, you know, hints of that. Kind of a lemongrassy bitterness there. Kind of like fresh cut grass, you know. But yeah, nothing spectacular. It smells a lot better than a Old Milwaukee or any American adjunct lager, but it doesn't smell as good as a craft brewed Pilsner. But, you know, it's been years since I had one, so let's just dig in, see what it tastes like. Cheers, guys. That kind of sweet, biscuity malt middle really carries this beer along. Up front, not a lot of bitterness. Up front is just a little bite from the carbonation. Just a little, kind of like a little bit of grassy bitterness, but not much. But when the middle comes across, there's that biscuity, almost like cookie dough. I know it's weird, right? Cookie dough. But it's like a biscuity cookie dough kind of malt flavor, you know, in the middle there, in the body of this beer that goes all the way to the back as you swallow. And it's really like the lasting impression of this beer. The bitterness at the finish doesn't really clean it up much. It kind of leaves that cookie dough kind of thing going on there. Cookie dough might be strong. It's not that sweet, you know. It's not that biscuity, but the malt body does have that character to it. And even though you do get a little more bitterness, a little more fresh cut grass, hint of lemon, you know, that hot bitterness at the finish, it doesn't really clean up the malt and leave you with kind of a clean palate. That malt body kind of sticks, and the bitterness in the finish is short-lived. But again, there's nothing offensive here. And if anybody's wondering why I got darker, a cloud must have gone over the sun there. I'm on natural lighting here, but it's not a bad beer. It's inoffensive. There's no kind of adjunct flavors in there. There's none of that corn, rice, cooked vegetable stuff. You know, this tastes like a good German Pilsner. Plain, simple, nothing to write home about, but still crisp, clean, and decent. I like the hoppier fare. I like American brewed Pilsners, you know, with some extra hops, nice strong bitterness. But this will do you, man. This will go great with pizza. You know, wash down some food with this. Perhaps some wings, you know, barbecue beer. Definitely, you know, after like cutting the grass or something, like a lawnmower beer, that kind of thing. You know, especially for a commercially available beer. This is pretty clean and decent for a commercially available beer. So, for a commercially available baseline German lager, I'll give this a glass half full. You know, for what it is. For what it is, it's pretty damn good, but it's still a bit bland. It still kind of falls back to kind of a lawnmower beer, you know, wash down some pizza kind of beer. This is not something that you really want to savor. There's not enough flavor in there to really savor it and enjoy. But there's nothing offensive or off-putting about it. It's still, you know, it still tastes like quality ingredients, you know, like somebody actually cared about what this tasted like. So, there you go. Strong glass half full for what it is. So, that's it, guys. Warsteiner. Maybe one of these days I'll get around to reviewing the Dunkel, the dark lager, Warsteiner. But that's it. That's all there is to say. Not bad, but you can do better. Anyways, I'm out of here. Don't forget Hoggie's Beer on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and the Untapped app for your phone. Check me out, hit me up, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.